Hi, Buggy.
Bug he was on his last legs just because he had bite marks.
This is Bug. He's the 50th dog to be rescued by Edmonton's CaliCan Rescue Foundation.
His kennel mates attacked him in the shelter, and so people saw the marks and they didn't want him. They thought he was sickly or ill. And he's also got what's called TBC, typical brown Chihuahua.
Ada, crawl. Good boy.
Husband and wife team Kari and Rainey Mayer started CaliCan in 2009 after adopting their dog Charlie from a shelter in California. They rescue small breed dogs from shelters in California and bring them back to Edmonton to be adopted out.
Yes, you are. Come here. So we have a close relationship with several shelters down in Central California. They provide us information on dogs that are considered not wanted and undesirable, but that need to get out, that need to find homes, because every dog deserves a home. So they send us pictures and bios, and we post them to our website. And people here in Canada have the opportunity to take a look and see which dogs they're interested in.
Foster mom Sarah Norris and Amber McGee are very interested. Both are anxiously awaiting the arrival of their new pups, Logan and Sierra, just rescued from a kill shelter in Fresno, California, part of the state where, according to CaliCan, 81,000 dogs were put down in 2009.
I matched up with my dog through several of the associates from CaliCan who really just look at what you're looking for as far as hours, age, the time that you can commit to the dog, and your experience with the animals. So they won't match you up with a dog that isn't the type of personality that you're looking for.
Norris has been here before. She knows what fostering is all about.
I've gone through lots of pee on the carpet, lots of poop, lots of puke, enjoying the walks too, but it can be a real struggle indeed, but lots of fun and very rewarding at the very end, especially with the adoptive families and how happy they are.
On this particular trip, Kari and Rainey and their team were able to rescue 7 dogs.
It's hard because we're only limited to take as many as the flight allows. So last Wednesday we went going up and down the kennels. There was many dogs barking, looking for a chance, but it was really hard to pick one. I mean, we ended up picking 2 that day, but the lady that took us around gave us one piece of advice: don't look in their eyes, or else you'll just be heartbroken.
I looked in the eyes. It was a bad day.
Welcome to Canada. Humbling, humbling to think that we have that ability to just reach out and say, hey, I'm here and I can help. How can I help? It's free of cost and absolutely heartwarming to think that you can change the life of one dog.
But for some, it's tough to say goodbye. The idea is to connect the pups with a permanent home.
It's part of the considerations when you look into fostering is they make you aware that this is something that isn't going to just pop into your house and leave the next day and not leave a mark on your heart. It is a very tough thing to do, but on the same token, you walk away knowing that you've helped a dog go into a forever home with their help.
You do get that attachment, but now I know that, it's a good home for the dog, and if I get the dog adopted, then I have the potential to foster so many more and find many more good homes for all the abandoned animals that are out there.
It's an emotional journey for Kari and Rainey as well.
You don't keep your emotions in check. When you do rescue, the second that you become robotic about it and the second that you can't feel something, knowing that the dog that's coughing in that kennel is going to be put down just because he's coughing. They have medication to fix it, but he's coughing. The second you stop feeling for that, you shouldn't be doing this.
As for Bug, the future is looking pretty bright. Kathleen Smith and her family started off by adopting Gracie through CaliCan, and they've now opened their home to Bug.
Oh.
Hi!
There's Bug!
The fact that there are still so many dogs on both sides of the borders, in Canada and in the US, that are just abandoned, abused, neglected, unwanted, for whatever their flaw may be. People need to step outside of that comfort zone, and they need to be educated too as to how bad the problem is.
I think that you're more likely to keep the dog if you start by fostering it. And I also think that it keeps dogs out of shelters and helps them to find permanent homes. I think if they're in shelters, we forget about them. But if they're fostered by a friend, we're more likely to hear about them, and our friends are more likely to pass the word along as well.
You know, Bob Barker said it for how many years, and everybody still promotes it, but spay and neuter. I mean, if you're not going to take care of your dog, if you're going to let them wander, at least make sure that they're spayed and neutered so they're not adding to the problem. It's an epidemic.